I first heard about it coming back, the excitement to be a part of something spikes, but also had my skepticism and just my eye open for what it actually may be, so I don't get my heart broken.
My name is Chad Foreman. I'm one of the original founders of kind of Fallen and Black Box from back in the day. I helped start Black Box with Jamie Thomas in 1999. Jamie and I grew up together as kids in Alabama. We started Mystery, Fallen, Slave, through Black Box, which was an amazing time. I have such a passion for Fallen and a love for Fallen just from being so involved with it from day one and putting all the original riders on and building the team, shooting catalogs, shooting ads, going on tours that really shaped who I was at that time as a skateboarder from Alabama and moving into the professional side of my business life in the skateboarding industry.
So I originally got on Fallen when I remember living with all my friends at the Hot Wax House, and at the time I skated for Circa, and when Jamie left Circa to start Fallen, I got one package of all black shoes, just tons of black shoes, and then I skated those things all the way until my contract ran up, and then I got to skate in Fallens. The shoes were incredible, and to break them in, I ran them over with my car, and they were bulletproof, so I skated them for a long time, shot my first Fallen ad on them, tray flip nose blunt, the Trenton rail, and that was in the first pair of Fallens that I skated.
When I was first basically getting into the industry, like maybe had just gotten on Zero. Fallen was in the works. It was the original team. It was Jamie, it was Harmony, Billy Marks, and John Alley. And I was just really hyped on the way that looked. It kind of resembled Zero a little bit. That was kind of an attraction, and I think just over time wearing the shoes and then getting super stoked on how they skated, and I think that's where I just belonged.
I was there before Chris and Tommy, okay? I voted these motherfuckers on. Fucking great watching it become what it did, and it was really exciting, really new and fun. Right, and I don't want to say my prime, but it was like right when I was doing shit, a lot of it, and then it just all made sense. And I think it was a big part of skating for a while. Like, put out a fucking good video, and it was a legit company.
I think the thing that sticks out the most about the original Fallen is just that it was unique in its own way, because like I felt like it had a prestige to it, like when you saw the ads, like they looked so sick, and you just felt that like vibe. And Rise with the Fallen kind of created like an underdog outlook and made people feel like they're connecting, and I felt connected, and I think that was a big thing, was like everybody feeling like we're all in this together.
It really embodied this blue collar like warrior status in skateboarding, where you were really die-hard skateboarder, whether you were good or not. But as long as you had heart, that was kind of who Fallen catered to.
I wanted to be on till the very last day, till the very last minute that it was alive, and that was my commitment to, being on the company. I mean, you could kind of just tell, you could already understand what was going on. A lot of other companies were already going down. You could feel like our warehouse is getting smaller and smaller until they turned into an office, and then you're just kind of like, okay, well, now we're back at square one, and are we going to try and build it back up? Well, we're just basically getting eaten up by the big guys, and it was too much of a struggle. I think at a certain point, obviously we had to give in, and we're not able to put up the battle that was at hand.
When I heard that Fallen wasn't going to pull it anymore, I wasn't surprised, because I had watched it go on for a while. but it still was a bummer. It still hurt, you know, my friends being on the brand, and then the brand meaning so much to me that, you know, there are a few companies throughout time that when they go out, it stings a lot. Almost like the loss of the brand is a blow to all of skateboarding. It's a blow to the fans. It's a blow to you, that it should just kind of stay around, whether you're on, whether you're wearing it, whatever, it should just kind of stay around.
You know, how the skate game goes, that's just part of it, you know, like we got to deal with a bigger picture at hand. If we don't, you know, work on ourselves as skateboarders in our community, like supporting each other in our businesses and our little small ventures and this and that, we're basically going to get eaten up by the big guys, and then we're going to have hundreds of pros and AMs, and just not ever going to really get what they deserve. But I think I talked to Chad. I think he said Fallen was like thinking about making a comeback, and I didn't want to say anything to anybody because it was super premature, and this was like, I mean, from right now, probably like a year ago now, that he was like saying stuff, and I'm like, that would be crazy.
I left before Fallen kind of died at Black Box, so I left literally out of like pride and happiness. It was time for me to move on. So when Fallen died after I was gone, it was pretty devastating. You know, I knew all the employees, and obviously we all stay close. I pretty much hired everybody. Seeing something that you love so much die it made me sad, you know. And then a lot of people don't get the opportunity to do it again and to do it differently. If I do it the same way, and people are like, this isn't Fallen, this isn't what Fallen was, like, Fallen will never be what it was back then. It's going to be a different version, and it's going to be the current version and the future version, but it'll never be what it was, because it's impossible to redo that. We just want to create something relatable for the kids, the new up-and-coming kids, create a core footwear brand that could also speak to the masses and stay true to the roots, but also kind of diving into the future of what's next in skateboarding footwear.